What if I told you you only need 2 attack windows in order to kill Fierce Tiger? Well, it's not exactly that simple, but I will explain the concept to you so that you can do it like I do it in the background here, and he will melt practically like butter in both faces. So without further ado, let's get into the video and make sure you watch the full one, or you might miss some crucial information. Alright, so for our talents, you are going to want to pick this one so that you apply your temper very fast, because you'll need it. Then also you want to have more charges on your temper, so pick those. You also want to pick this one, because you don't want to get staggered, because we're going to be using a spell. The spell is going to be OP, so don't even worry if you haven't used spells before, it's only the one. This one you can pick up as well, not too important. Then you want to go for spell power up here, and a little bit extra spell power over here, completely optional. Then for our longsword tree, we are not going to pick any specific abilities. We're only going for strength, agility, and some endurance. And for our temper, we are going to be using the bone needle flame, because tigers have fur, furs don't like fire. Easy equation, we pick flame. I actually forgot to equip my benedictions for this fight, but if I used some, I would have used these. Now for weapons and armor, we're going to use the Flamebringer, because using temper buff with fire will increase the effect with this weapon, and also the L1 ability is OP. The armor is maybe not the best for this boss fight. Maybe I should have picked something with more paralysis resistance, but I used this. And for the Jade pendants, Dracolic pendant you're going to want to have, and also the Fiend Felling pendant. The spells, you need to have the spell. This is the Lotus Flame, and if you don't have it, I'm going to show you really quick now where you can pick it up. In Mount Senwu, you want to travel to Battlefield Pass. And once you get here, there's a hole in the wall right in front of you, so you just go through here and then turn right and up the stairs. Once you get up the stairs, you just need to hold left, and you should see it on the corpse right here. Alright, so there are 3 ways that this boss fight can start, like 3 movement patterns that it can do in the beginning. And I'm going to show you all 3 of them in 50% speed so that I can explain the opener. The first thing, he will always charge at you. So you want to dodge left when he charges. And then if he stands up on his hind legs, he will do a roar. And you want to get up close to him, very close to him, otherwise you get struck by the lightning like I got there. Right after that, he will stand up on his hind legs one more time, but this time he will slam into the ground, and you want to get up behind him once he does this. Also, don't mind me using a spear right here, because I'm just trying to show you the different openers, what he does, because you will always be able to tell what he's going to do next based on what he does. So for the second one is this one. He will always charge, so we dodge left. If he does a jump right after, like this, he will swipe his tail. So we can dodge that, and then dodge the bolts that come right after, which I didn't manage to do here, but he will always do this, and then charge and slam 3 times into the ground. So we want to get up behind him once he does this, because this is a huge attack window. And on rare occasions, he will do this one if you don't manage to do the dodge correctly. So he will charge at you, and sometimes you get stuck on the dodge, like in front of him, in which case he will bite twice. So 1, and then 2, and then he will swipe his paws in front of him. So if you're behind him, you are safe. How I approach this boss fight is by stacking as much Skyborn Might for my spell as possible, and then trying to apply as much fire as possible with my temper. Now, questions we need to ask ourselves before we go into this: how do we stack Skyborn Might? Every second hit with our combo in our longsword will give us Skyborn Might. Every 5th hit will give us 2 Skyborn Might. Every brink dodge will give us Skyborn Might. So we need to brink dodge, we need to hit in order to stack Skyborn Might, because we need this for both our L1 ability and for the spell. So now I'm going to show you how a perfect run for the first phase would look like. It's not as hard as it looks, because you really only need to dodge 3 abilities. So if he does this in the beginning, where he jumps after the first charge, you'll just need to dodge the tail and then dodge the bolts, and you will have stacked a bunch of Skyborn Might. So dodge the tail, dodge the bolts, dodge the charge, and then run up behind him, because he's going to slam 3 times into the ground. Hit twice to stack full Skyborn Might, do the spell, he will get knocked down. We hit twice again to stack Skyborn Might before we do the poise break. And then we can hit twice again to stack Skyborn Might to do the L1. And he will be pretty much GG's, because now he will roar and then slam into the ground. So we would have gotten him anyway. So now let's watch 2 versions of the full fight so that you know how you can adjust accordingly based on what he does. So he's going to charge in the beginning. What does he do next? He does the swipe and then the roar. So right now, I know exactly what he's going to do after this. He's going to roar and then charge up his paralysis slam and slam in front of him. So I know I can get 5 hits in here and stack up my Skyborn Might. So I go in, hit 5 times, and then dodge behind him before he slams and hits twice to stack even more Skyborn Might. And now you can see that my Skyborn Might is completely full. So this means that I can do the spell that I want to do as soon as I get the chance, which is whenever he does the charge and then the jump. So that's all we're waiting for now. We're backing off from him. He charges. Does he do the jump? Yes, he does. And now we know exactly what he's going to do. As soon as he does that little jump, he's going to swipe his tail. So we can dodge that and then jump backwards and send his bolts out. We can dodge those and then dodge the charge, and he will slam 3 times. We watch it again. Charges, dodge it. He does the jump, wipe, back, and then charges again. And now we want to get up behind him and do the spell. Boom, we get the stagger, hit twice to stack Skyborn Might, do R1 in his head, and then we hit twice again to stack Skyborn Might and do a L1. And he will practically be dead. Here I should have saved my Skyborn Might and probably not have killed him right away, but I should have waited and stacked more Skyborn Might before stage 2 of this fight. So for the second phase, you want to stay as close to him as you possibly can, and there are a couple of attack windows here where you can do the spell as well. So right now he's going to do the spell where he jumps up into the air, and right here I just like to unlock my target and run for my life because I don't know how to dodge this otherwise. So I try to run underneath him most often. And then whenever he does this spell where he sends out wisps that charge towards you, don't be afraid of them because they don't explode right away. You want to wait till he stands still and charges up his roar, the laser roar, so that you can dodge to the side of him. You will stop and charge, and you dodge behind him and do the spell. Now we don't have the Skyborn Might because we didn't stack it up in the first phase, so we'll just have to stack it here. Now whenever he does this spell where he swipes his spear in the ground, you'll want to get over to the other side of him and get as close to him as you possibly can because he's going to do a roar with a laser again. Try to get up on the other side and then charge towards him and dodge up behind him. This is also a window where you could have done the spell, but I still don't have the Skyborn Might. So this is also, once again, why we stack it in the first phase. So I'll have to stack up here. Now I have full, but now I don't have time to do it. Now, whenever he does the spell that comes up right after this one, where he bites twice, he will slam the ground 2 times and then create bolts around him. So you will see right here, and he's done here, he slams twice like that. Now he will roar. So either you dodge up really close to him or you dodge far away from him. Because if you stand in the middle range like I do here, you will probably get hit. Then he will jump twice and then bite really fast after the second jump. Now we're just waiting for him to do one of the attacks where we have a window. We're trying to stay close to him. As you can see, he has a harder time hitting us once we're close to him. I get hit by one of the electric bolts, and that's GG's. All of that could have been avoided if I just stacked my Skyborn Might in the first phase. Now I will show you how easy it can be if you just do this correctly. We dodge this, dodge the charge, and then run up behind him because he's going to slam 3 times. We do the spell after 2 hits. Hit twice again to stack Skyborn Might. Now we will do R1, then hit twice, and only do one L1. Hit twice, only one L1, because we don't want to waste our Skyborn Might. Now we just hit normal attacks until he is dead and stack our Skyborn Might, because it's much easier in phase 1. Dodge, stack Skyborn Might. Now we have full, so I try to get into phase 2. Easy peasy. Now we know that we have full Skyborn Might and we can do the spell if he does this ability in the beginning, and we are lucky, so he does. He sends out the wisps. I'm getting ready to dodge up behind him. Dodge up behind him and do the spell. I don't mind the wisps exploding on me. Don't worry about it. Do the spell. He gets knocked down. Hit twice. Same again. R1. Hit twice. L1. We do a shit ton of damage. He won't know what hit him. Now we back off. He does the one where he jumps up into the air, unlock the target, and run for your life. Dodge away. Now we're just waiting for an attack window. We should be able to kill him pretty easily here. He does the slam, runs away. We want to get up close to him because he's going to do the roar. And that's GG's. Boom. Now, if this video helped you out, because I know that it did, press the like button, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video.